The universe is not moved by chance. It is moved by word, by thought, by vibration. Every creation begins with a spoken declaration, and every manifestation is the echo of what has been said within. If you have ever longed for the sudden, miraculous appearance of wealth, understand this: it does not come because you struggle for it. It comes because you declare it into being. There are 4 words that hold the power of instant transformation. 4 words that, when spoken with faith, shift your mind from lack to possession. They are not magic in themselves. The magic is in the conviction with which you clothe them. For when you speak them, you are not asking, you are not begging, you are not waiting, you are claiming. Say these 4 words as though the jackpot is already in your hand. Say them until your heart accepts that the wealth is yours. The moment you feel the truth of them, the world must rearrange itself to reflect it. Do not look for signs, do not wait for proof. The proof is the word itself. When you stand in the certainty of these words, you will notice the atmosphere of your life shifting. Unexpected opportunities, sudden provision, and divine alignment will begin to surround you. The lottery of life is not drawn outside, it is drawn within, and with 4 words, spoken in faith, you hold the winning ticket. The jackpot is not far from you. It is not tomorrow, it is now. Speak, believe, and possess. The 4 words are your instant win. The creative power is in the spoken word. What you declare repeatedly becomes clothed in reality. This is not mere philosophy. It is the law of creation itself. Every word you speak is more than sound. It is energy, vibration, and command. Words are the bridges between the invisible world of thought and the visible world of form. When you declare something with persistence, it becomes a seed planted in the soil of consciousness, and with time, it must take root and grow into the reality you live. Consider how the unseen responds to the spoken word. A thought can remain hidden, floating quietly in the chambers of the mind. But when spoken, it gains form, texture, and vibration. The universe echoes it back, shaping circumstances to match the sound you have released. That is why careless words are never without consequence, and why intentional declarations carry such creative power. When you declare, "I am," the universe bends to fulfill that statement, whether you speak lack or abundance, weakness or strength. Repetition is the clothing of reality. A single word spoken may pass like a breeze, but words declared again and again become a garment that covers your entire being. Repetition is not vain, it is the weaving of fabric, thread by thread, until the invisible is dressed in form. If you say, "I am blessed," and say it again with conviction, soon your environment must align with blessing. If you say, "I am wealthy," and persist without wavering, wealth cannot help but find its way to you. The creative word works because consciousness is impressionable. Just as clay takes the shape of the hands that mold it, your life takes the shape of the words you impress upon it. It does not matter whether you see results instantly. For the moment you declare, the process has begun. Just as a seed does not sprout the same day it is planted, so your words work in silence until the harvest is ready. The unseen forces are faithful. They bring to birth what your words have conceived. Yet many sabotage themselves by declaring contradictions. They speak of abundance in one breath and complain of lack in the next. They declare healing, then repeat sickness. They affirm success, then rehearse failure. And so their reality remains fragmented, for the spoken word requires consistency to bring fullness. The power lies in holding one declaration, one steady word, until it is clothed in reality. Understand this truth: you do not speak to persuade the world, you speak to persuade yourself. The world is but a mirror of the conviction you carry inside. When you declare persistently, you are clothing your inner world with certainty, and once clothed, the outer world must reflect it. Speak as though it is already yours. Repeat it until you feel it, and reality has no choice but to bow. The creative power is in the spoken word. Guard it, use it, declare it. What you say repeatedly will not remain in sound alone. It will walk into your life clothed in reality. 4 words can alter your state of being instantly, because consciousness responds to certainty, not struggle. The secret of creation is not found in effort, but in alignment. When you utter a phrase that carries conviction, when you declare it as though it were already true, your inner world shifts immediately. Consciousness does not wait for evidence, it responds to the quality of your belief. Struggle, doubt, and striving are signals of separation, but certainty is the signature of possession. The moment you feel the truth of your words, you have already entered the reality you seek. It does not take long sentences, complicated affirmations, or endless rituals to change your state. A simple, focused declaration can turn darkness into light, fear into courage, lack into abundance. 4 words, spoken with faith, hold more power than hours of anxious repetition spoken without conviction. For it is not the length of the statement, but the certainty behind it that moves reality. You are not heard by volume or frequency. You are heard by the vibration of knowing. When you speak 4 words that affirm possession, words that anchor you in abundance, strength, or freedom, you instantly cross the line between wanting and having. Desire alone leaves you reaching, but declaration with certainty places you in the state of already being. And once you are in that state, your external world must shift to match it. Life cannot deny the consciousness you embody. Think of how often a single phrase can change your entire mood. Someone whispers, "It is done," and suddenly peace floods your heart. Someone says, "You are enough," and instantly the weight of inadequacy lifts. These are not mere sounds, they are doors, and when spoken with intention, they open realms of experience that were previously closed. Your state of being is the soil of manifestation, and 4 words of certainty are enough to make it bloom. Many people struggle in prayer, in affirmation, in manifestation, because they are trying to convince reality of what they want. But reality is not persuaded by struggle. It mirrors your inner stance. If you beg, it reflects delay. If you worry, it reflects resistance. But if you speak with certainty, calm, settled, unwavering, then reality bows. For certainty carries the fragrance of completion, and consciousness recognizes it instantly. The beauty of this truth is that it is simple. You do not need to move mountains with your hands. You move them with your inner word. Just 4 words, believed and repeated, can shift the atmosphere around you. They can silence doubt, dismantle fear, and summon provision. They clothe you in the reality you choose. And once you are clothed in it inwardly, the outer world must follow. 4 words are enough. They do not strain. They do not plead. They simply affirm what is already yours. Say them as truth, not request. Speak them as possession, not pursuit. And in that moment, your consciousness responds, not with struggle, but with instant transformation. Winning is not in the future. It is already yours. You simply align with it through your declaration. The greatest illusion humanity lives under is the belief that what they desire is far away, locked in time, waiting for some unknown day to arrive. This illusion makes people chase, struggle, and live in constant anticipation, never realizing that what they seek is already within reach. The truth is simple yet profound. Nothing is withheld from you. Everything you could ever desire exists now, in the eternal present. The only question is whether you are aligned with it in consciousness. When you declare with certainty, you shift yourself from the posture of waiting to the posture of having. Words of possession carry the vibration of now. They do not speak of tomorrow, nor do they beg for what is missing. Instead, they affirm what already belongs to you. It is mine. It is done. I am wealthy. I am free. These are not words of hope, they are words of ownership. And when spoken with conviction, your inner state changes instantly, and the outer world must rearrange to reflect the new state. Winning is not something you achieve through effort. It is not a reward for struggle. Winning is a state of consciousness, and it begins the moment you identify yourself with it. When you think like a winner, feel like a winner, and declare yourself as a winner, then life must respond to that identification. The world cannot resist the force of a mind that knows it already possesses the victory. Many live in delay because their words contradict their desire. They long for wealth, but speak lack. They dream of success, but declare defeat. Their future remains always ahead because they never bring it into the now. But the instant you align with the truth that winning is already yours, You pull the future into the present. Time collapses, delay dissolves, and manifestation begins. This is the secret of every victory: alignment. The universe does not operate by pity or by chance. It operates by law. And the law is that whatever you declare with certainty in the present moment must take form. You do not wait to see it to believe it. You believe it, and therefore you see it. Your declaration is the bridge from the unseen to the seen. Winning is not a destination you are running toward. It is the identity you must wear now. Speak as though it is yours, act as though it is done, and feel as though nothing can be withheld. The moment you do this, you begin to walk in the reality of your desire. You are not preparing to win. You are the winner already. So do not postpone your victory to tomorrow. Declare it now. Align with it now. For winning is not in the future. It is already yours, waiting for you to step into it through your word. Words are seeds of manifestation. Plant them with feeling, and they must grow into form. Every spoken word carries within it the potential to create. Just as a tiny seed, when placed in fertile soil, contains the blueprint for a towering tree, every word you speak carries the pattern of the reality you will one day experience. Words are never empty. They are filled with life, energy, and direction. When released with intention, they go forth into the unseen, draw to themselves the elements they require, and eventually return clothed in visible form. Yet, like seeds, words must be planted with care. It is not enough to scatter them carelessly. A gardener knows that a seed requires the right soil, the right attention, and the right environment to grow. In the same way, your words require the soil of belief, the water of repetition, and the sunlight of feeling. Feeling is the power that quickens the seed. Without feeling, words remain dormant. They may be spoken many times, but until they are spoken with conviction and emotion, they cannot take root. When you speak words with genuine feeling, whether joy, gratitude, or certainty, you are impressing them upon your subconscious mind, and the subconscious never fails to bring forth what it has been impressed with. It does not judge whether what you plant is good or bad. It simply grows what you give it. This is why careless words of lack, fear, and limitation so often reproduce themselves in life. People wonder why they continue to experience the same struggles, not realizing they are planting the same seeds every day. If you want to experience abundance, you must plant the seed of abundance with your words. Say, "I am abundant," and say it with the feeling of already possessing abundance. If you want peace, declare, "I am at peace," with a calm heart and steady breath. If you desire success, plant the word, "I am successful," and feel the triumph within you as though it has already happened. The seed does not ask whether it is true in the moment. It only knows that once planted with feeling, it must grow. Do not expect instant fruit. A farmer does not plant a seed and demand a harvest the same day. But the moment the seed is in the ground, the process has already begun. In the same way, the moment you speak words with feeling, creation has already been set in motion. Trust the unseen. Know that growth is happening even if you cannot yet see it. In time, your words will take shape and stand before you as undeniable reality. Every word you speak is either planting or uprooting. Choose carefully. Do not waste your words on fear or doubt, for they too will grow. Speak only those words you wish to see clothed in form. Plant them deeply with feeling, tend to them with persistence, and watch as they rise from the invisible into the visible. For words are seeds, and what you plant you must harvest. Instant winning is about inner acceptance. The moment you say it with conviction, the unseen shifts in your favor. The great turning point in manifestation comes not when you begin to desire, but when you fully accept. Desire is the spark, but acceptance is the fire. You may long for wealth, success, or healing for years, but nothing truly begins to move until the inner self agrees, "It is mine." That single moment of acceptance, when spoken with conviction, is the instant the unseen forces align to bring your words into form. Many people live as beggars before the universe, asking endlessly, hoping, wishing, and waiting. Yet life does not respond to begging. It responds to certainty. When you accept within yourself that what you seek already belongs to you, you shift your vibration from wanting to having. Wanting always places your desire in the future. Acceptance brings it into the now. The unseen responds only to the present state of being, and the present state of being is shaped by your inner word. Conviction is the key. Saying words without conviction is like throwing seeds on stone. They do not take root. But when you speak with certainty, when your tone carries the weight of belief, the seed instantly enters the fertile soil of the subconscious mind. From that moment onward, unseen currents begin to flow in your favor. People, circumstances, and opportunities align, not by chance, but by law. Acceptance has set the law of attraction into motion, and nothing can stop it from bringing forth what is yours. Consider the difference between one who says, "And I hope I will succeed," and another who says, "I am successful." The first waits endlessly, trapped in desire, while the second stands firmly in possession. The universe knows no hesitation. It mirrors the certainty of the second speaker. When you say it and mean it, when you declare with full assurance, "I have won," or "I am blessed," the unseen cannot deny you. Reality must shift because your inner state has already shifted. This is why winning is instant. It does not take months or years for your victory to begin. The moment you accept, you have already won inwardly, and the outward manifestation is only the natural unfolding of that inner truth. Do not confuse the delay of appearance with the absence of reality. The shift happens instantly. The world simply takes time to catch up to what is already real in spirit. Your task is simple: accept it. Say it with conviction. Feel it as done. Refuse to argue with appearances, for appearances are always late. The unseen responds immediately, and your declaration is the signal that summons the result. When you inwardly accept, you have already crossed the finish line. Instant winning is not about luck, struggle, or chance. It is about inner acceptance. Say it with conviction, and the unseen bends in your favor. Speak as though you already have it, and you will see that what was invisible is now undeniable. The jackpot is consciousness of abundance, and these 4 words unlock that treasury. The true wealth of life does not come from numbers on a ticket, coins in a pocket, or balances in a bank account. These are only reflections, shadows of something deeper. The real jackpot is a state of mind, a consciousness so rich, so overflowing, that it magnetizes prosperity in every form. Abundance begins within, and once it takes root in consciousness, it must reveal itself in visible expression. Nothing in the outer world has power until it is first acknowledged inwardly. To live in the consciousness of abundance means to dwell in the certainty that nothing is missing, that all is already provided. It is the awareness that the treasure you seek is not distant, but present, hidden within you, waiting to be unlocked. And the key is your word. When you speak 4 words with unwavering conviction, you open the vault of infinite supply. These words are not spells, they are declarations of truth. They are the language of possession, the sound of inner wealth, the vibration of ownership. You may wonder why 4 words hold such significance. It is because simplicity carries power. A short phrase, spoken with certainty, cuts through doubt and silence. It leaves no room for hesitation. The mind cannot argue with a direct declaration repeated until it becomes a conviction. When you say those words, you are not asking, not wishing. You are affirming. And affirmation is the doorway to manifestation. The treasury of abundance does not respond to effort, but to alignment. You cannot force open its doors through struggle, nor can you trick it with empty phrases. It opens only when you stand in the consciousness of already having. 4 words spoken with this inner assurance are enough to shift your entire state. The moment you feel them as real, you have stepped into the treasure house of abundance. From that moment forward, life must rearrange itself to reflect your inner wealth. Consider how scarcity is created. It is a state of believing that something is lacking. Those who dwell on lack, even unconsciously, plant seeds of insufficiency and reap that harvest. But those who dwell on abundance, who declare it and feel it, create the atmosphere of plenty, and plenty flows to them. The difference lies not in opportunity, but in consciousness. The jackpot is not outside, it is within. waiting to be unlocked by the right declaration. When you speak these 4 words with conviction, you are not calling something into being. You are uncovering what was already yours. The universe does not withhold abundance, it mirrors the state you embody. Speak as though you have already won, and you will find yourself living in the proof of your words. The jackpot is not chance. It is certainty. It is the consciousness of abundance, and the key to that treasury lies in your declaration. 4 words are enough. Speak them, feel them, believe them, and the vaults of life will open wide before you. The truth of this entire message is simple. What you declare with conviction becomes your reality. Words are not powerless sounds. They are living seeds that carry the pattern of your destiny. 4 words, spoken in certainty, can shift you instantly from desire to possession. Winning is not somewhere in the future. It is already yours, waiting for your inner acceptance. The jackpot is not luck, nor is it chance. It is the consciousness of abundance that unlocks every treasure in life. When you speak as though you already have, the unseen moves in your favor, aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances to mirror your conviction. Do not wait, do not struggle. Declare, believe, and embody it now. The future bends to the word you hold today. Thank you for listening, and may your words from this moment forward always be clothed in the reality you desire.